So what would you do? What would you tell me or advise us to do to
Yeah,
ensure that we are able to attract
yeah,
individuals that are not necessarily fully able?
yeah. So that's a great question, Claire. As I mentioned, every one of us is somehow connected to someone with disability. So that is kind of creating that awareness. So everyone is aware, everyone has want to put the good faith efforts to help individuals bring to the workplace with the meaningful job. And this what you just asked, that's a common question. How do I start? Where do I start? Right? And even if you have empathetic culture, one of the thing is that awareness and that how part is kind of restricting companies like us and yours and some of the great companies, uh, preventing that. And in order to start, these are the three things which we always say. These are the three things we need. We need processes, we need people, and we need tools, right? So in terms of processes, the way our best hiring practices and policies are built, and the processes, I will give you one example. Interview process. um, and it's not just it's just a matter of being a little bit aware of other person's weaknesses. Of course we want to focus on their strength, but that being aware of some of those challenges and some of the weaknesses, so we can make those accommodations and not make wrong judgment call during the interview process. So we have, so that's some of those things which we do. So before we bring in the talent, we want to bring that awareness so that everybody is aware with do's and don'ts. And these are not big things, big asks. So that's one thing. The second thing is buy-in from leadership. As Claire, you said, when you set the tone and say, I want to bring in one or two individuals with disability, I want to give them an opportunity, people are going to listen to you, because that's another very important factor. We have seen a lot of organizations where people are connected to someone with their family members, and they do a lot of initiatives, they try a lot of things, but that those things just stays in those silos. It's not becoming the HR strategy at the corporate level. But when the leader, when they make the strategy, it just happens, and we have seen it in action. And then the third thing is, once you bring in the talent, there are tools out there, there are best practices out there. And and again, it's not, accessibility related tools and a little bit of accommodations. I will give you one example, where individual neurodivergent talents, in some cases they are very sensitive to light or noise. It's just matter of having your onboarding team just be aware and go through that process. So if somebody has that some of those challenges, we just consider that as part of the onboarding process. So these are the small things, but it's very important for our companies to adopt and customize and tweak. Now, the beautiful thing is, when we do this, it has two major benefits. It is helping everyone. When we make those tweaks, it's not just for people with disability. I was just listening to somebody on neurodivergent individual, and she mentioned that there was a issue with the ramp, and person was asked, what do we do? They said, we don't want to, so issue with the ramp and stairs both. So they said, what do we do? What do we do first? They said, let's do the ramp, because everybody will be able to use. So these
Right.
are the things, like when as we work. And then second thing is, it is really creating amazing team. It's creating that culture of empathy and culture of sharing the values within the team. So it really makes a really powerful team.